Hi, and welcome back in Learn Python 3 with Atif Masih series.
In this video, we will discuss the solution of loops exercise questions. When I completed the loops topic, I gave you the exercise questions. In this video, we will discuss the solution of each question. First question was print factorial of 5 using while loop. See here in code, I just created a variable and then assign a number 5, and we can take this number from the user using input method. Then I created a second variable that is factorial and I assign it value 1. After that, I check the base cases. If num is less than 0, then print sorry, factorial does not exist for negative numbers. If num equal 0, then print the factorial of 0 is 1. Else, in else part, I have written here the logic of factorial. I created a variable I and I assign it value 1. Then see here with while loop, I start the loop if I is less than equal to num, then factorial equal to factorial multiply by I. It will start from 1. First I has 1, then 2, and so on till the num, and then I just incremented the value of I by 1, and then outside the while loop I just printed the value of num and factorial. And see here, when I run this code, it returns 1 2 0, and when I change the value of num to 6, and see here, it returns 720. And also with the help of loops, we can print the series of factorial numbers. For example, see here, I have a num variable that is equal to 5, and I want to print factorial of 1 to 5 numbers. Then see here, with the help of nested loop, I just created the series of factorial numbers. I started the for loop in a range of 1 to num plus 1, because I want to print the number from 1 to 5. That's why I just add num plus 1, because the range started from 0 by default, and I started it from 1. That's why I just add 1 in num, and then I check the base case. If I equal to 1, then just print factorial of 1 equal to 1. Else, and in else part, I have a variable fact that is equal to 1, and then I started the second for loop, and this for loop has range 2 to I plus 1, and when outer loop run for one time, the inner loop run completely. It complete all its iterations, and then at the end of second for loop, I just printed the value of j that is a value of inner loop. And then fact, I just multiply the j and fact and then store in fact. And see here, when I run this code, I return factorial of 1 equal to 1, factorial of 2 equals to 2, factorial of 3 equal to 6, and factorial of 4 equals to 24, and factorial of 5 is equal to 120. Next question is, just print this pattern: 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 2 3 1 2 2 4 5. And see here, with the help of nested loop, I just printed the pattern. I first created a variable that is equal to 6, then I start the outer loop, range from 1 to num, and then inside the for loop I created second for loop that start from 1 and it ends at I plus 1, and inside the loop I just printed the value of j, and see here, and this will end with space, and outside the loop I again printed the space, and see here the result. If I remove the space from here, see the difference, it just shrink the values. And third question is, accept n number from user and calculate the sum of all numbers between 1 and n including n. And see here, with the help of input method I just take one number from the user and store in n variable. Then I created a second variable, and at the beginning I placed 0 value of this variable, and then I started the loop for I in range of 1 comma n plus 1, and this is a termination criteria. When the value of n increased by 1, it will terminate the loop, and inside the loop I just add the sum plus value of I, and then I printed the value of sum. And see here, I just entered 5 and it returns 15 because it includes first and last element as well. And fourth question is, accept a number from user and print its table. And with the help of input method I just take a number from the user, and then I just printed the message, print table of n, and this n will just print the value of n that is entered by user. And then with for loop I just display the table for I in range of 1 to 11 because I started the range from 1, that's why I written here 11 because it exclude the last element. And then I just printed the value using f string. In first placeholder I just written n and then cross. In second placeholder I just written here I and equal to, and then I multiply the n with I, and see here I entered 2, and see here it returned the table of 2. Fifth question is, given a list, iterate it and display numbers which are divisible by 5, and if you find number greater than 150, stop the loop iteration. and see here, this is a list. And see here, I just copy paste the list here, and then I just created a empty list. And then I started the for loop in range of list, for I in list, and then I check the condition. If I is greater than equal to 150, then break the execution of for loop. Else, if I modulus 5 equal 0, we can say that if we divide the number by 5 and remainder equal 0, then just append I with empty list, and then I just printed the empty list. And see here, 15 and 55 and 75 are divisible by 5. Sixth question. Given a number, count the total numbers of digits in a given number. And see here, I have a num variable and I assign 2, 3, 4, 5 to the num variable, and then I created a second variable that is equal to 0, and then I started the while loop. Num is not equal to 0. As long as num is not equal to 0, just divided the num by 10 and take the floor of that number and stored it into num, and then incremented the count by 1, and then I just printed the count. It will first remove the last element and increment the count by 1, and then it remove the 4 and then increment by 1 again, count incremented by 1 again, and so on. That's why it returned 4. Next 7th question is print this pattern, and with the help of nested loop we can print this kind of patterns. And see here, I have n variable and I assign it 5, and then started the loop, and then I started the for loop I in range of n, and then inside the loop I started another loop, and for j in range of I, it will execute i's time, and then just print the value of static, and end point is comma, and then outside the loop I just printed the space here, and then again I applied the second loop I in range of n and terminate at 0 with -1 as a step size, and then I started the second loop inside the loop, and this loop will execute in the range of I, and then again I printed these line, printed the first lines, and then remaining lines it will decreases the value by -1. That's why it return this pattern. And next question is reverse the following list using for loop. And see here, this is a list. I just copy paste the list here, and then I created a variable start. I just assign length of list -1 to the start value, and then I started the for loop in range start and ended at -1 with step -1, and then I printed the value. And see here, when I print the value of start, and see here it returned 4 because list have 5 elements, but it started from 0 to 4. That's why I just subtract the length of list by -1, and after that I started the loop in range of start from 4 and then -1, and this will end at -1, and then see here -1 is a step side. The value of for loop decreases by -1, and now see the result. It printed the all elements of list in reverse order. And also we can use reversed built-in method, and see here it also return the correct result in reverse order. And next question is a display -10 to -1 using for loop. And see here, in this example I just want to explain the start and step argument of range function. And see here, it started from -10 and then it will end at 0, and then step size is 1. It will incremented by 1. When it run for one time, -10 plus 1, it returns -9. When it run for second time, it will return 9, and so on. And next, last question is display a message done after successful completion of for loop. And see here, for I in range of 5, print I, else print done. When the completion of for loop will complete, it will move to the else bar, and then it print the done. And if we don't want to print the value of I, we can simply use pass. And now see here, it just returned done. After the completion of for loop successfully, it moved to the else part and printed the done. In this video, we have completed the solution of Python loop exercise. If you have any question about the solution, please let me know in comment section. And if you want to learn more about Python, please subscribe my channel and like and share my videos with your friends. And don't forget to click on bell icon so that you will get notified when I add a new video on my channel.
Stay
Thank
tuned.
you so
We'll
much
be
for
right
watching
back.
my video.